GSM. So let's get started. This course is designed to provide the learner with an introduction to mobile telecommunications and an overview of the GSM standard. It introduces the main system components, the network structure, and basic terminology used. Mobile telecommunication is one of the fastest growing and most demanding of all telecommunication technologies. Topics that we are going to cover in this course are: first, GSM and overview. In this, we will learn about history of cellular technology, the frequency band used, the features of GSM and elements used in this technology. Second, GSM architecture. We will discuss about detailed architecture of GSM and the main network components and their functions like what is BTS, BSC, MSC and various other nodes associated with them. So next comes GSM specifications. In this, we will learn about modulation used for GSM, then access control techniques for efficient use for bandwidth, and then operational frequency band used for uplink and downlink, which means from mobile set to BTS and BTS to mobile set, respectively. So next comes GSM channel concept. As we know, channel in a communication system is used for transmission and reception of voice or data. It is of two types, physical channel and logical channel. First, we will learn about physical channel. Physical channel, which is physical medium over which information is carried. For example, wires. Then other one is logical channel, how information is carried over bandwidth. So next comes GSM addresses and identifiers. These are used by GSM to help in managing the connection during subscribers' mobility. The various identifiers are IMEI, IMSI, MSIS-DN, MSRN, LAI, LMSI, TMSI. We will discuss each of them in detail one by one. So next comes coding, interleaving, ciphering. In this, we will discuss GSM speech coding that converts analog signal to a good quality digital signal. Next, we will discuss about channel coding. It adds redundancy bits to the original information in order to detect and correct errors occurred during the transmission. Next, we will learn GSM signaling and protocols. Signaling means the transfer of information and the instructions relevant to control and monitor telephony connections. It defines communication between mobile and network. We will discuss various types of signaling used in GSM system. Now let us learn what is GSM handover. When a mobile device is moving from one sector to another in connected mode, there is a handover of call between the sectors. It takes place to maintain users' connection link quality, and it also manages traffic distribution. So next comes GSM location update. The mobile keeps on informing the MSC about its current location area whenever it changes from one location area to another. Location update is performed in different scenarios. We will discuss on that also. So next comes GSM operations. We will discuss about the cellular telephony, the coverage and capacity, frequency reuse pattern, principle of sectorization, and how communication performed between PSTN to mobile phone and vice versa. So next comes GSM user services. In this topic, we will learn first GSM services. Under GSM services, we will learn teleservices. Under teleservices, we will learn first voice call, second fax and video text, third SMS. Second one is bearer services. Third one is supplementary services. Under supplementary services, we will learn first what is CUG, B number identification, C conferencing, D call waiting, hold, barring and forwarding. So next comes GSM security and encryption. It is the main concern of any communication technology to securing conversation, avoiding data interception, avoiding fraud, and billing the right people. Our next topic is GSM billing. GSM bills its user for some services. Those are first, telephony, second, SMS, third, GPRS, fourth, supplementary services. As we all know, GSM stands for Global System for Mobile Communication. It is the first digital communication cellular technology. It has an ability to carry 64 kbps to 120 mbps of data rates. It provides transmission of mobile, wireless, voice, short message service, and data. GSM provides basic to advanced voice and data service including roaming service. Roaming is the ability to use your GSM phone number in another GSM network. It has a specific standard from first to third OSI layer. We can get maximum data rate of 64 kbps to 120 mbps. It can be circuit switched and packet switched. GSM is a circuit switch system that divides each 200 kHz channel into 825 kHz time slots. GSM operates on the mobile communication bands 900 MHz and 1800 MHz in most parts of the world. GSM makes use of narrowband time division multiple access technique for transmitting signals. GSM supports more than 1 billion mobile subscribers in more than 190 countries throughout the world. GSM digitizes and compresses data, then sends it down through a channel with two other streams of user data, each in its own time slot. So, next comes the history of GSM. We should be aware of how GSM came into existence. The origins of mobile communications followed after the invention of radio in the late 1800s. The first application of mobile radio were related to the navigation and safety of ships at seas. As radio concepts developed, so did its uses as a communication tool. Standards play a major role in telecommunication by first, it allows products from diverse suppliers to be interconnected. Second, facilitating innovation by creating large market for common products. The standard making process is one of cooperation at many levels, both nationally and internationally, and includes cooperation between first, industrial concerns within a country, second, these industrial concerns and their governments, third, national governments at an international level. The primary purpose of a standard for mobile communication is to specify how mobile phone calls are to be handled by a mobile network. For example, this includes specifications of the following. Those are first, the signals to be transmitted and received by the mobile phone. Second, the format of these signals. Third, the interaction of network nodes. Fourth, the basic network services which should be available to mobile subscribers. Fifth, the basic network structure, that is, cells, etc. The major milestones in the development of GSM communication systems were first, in 1987, 15 operators from 13 countries signed a memorandum of understanding. Time division multiple access is chosen as the access method with frequency division multiple access. The initial memorandum of understanding is signed by telecommunication operators representing 13 countries. Previously named as Group Special Mobile, 1991 Finland's operator Radiolina launched first GSM network in July 1991. Commercial launch of the GSM service occurs. The DSC 1800 specifications were finalized. In 1992, massive deployment of GSM started. The addition of the country that signed the GSM MOU takes place. Coverage spreads to large cities and airports. In 1999, Wireless Application Protocol WAP came into existence and became operational in 130 countries with 260 million subscribers. And in the year 2000, General Packet Radio Service GPRS came into existence. Now we will discuss upon the need of GSM for better understanding. Those needs are first, improved spectrum efficiency, second, international roaming, third, international access, fourth, low cost mobile sets and base stations, Fifth, high quality speech and uninterrupted phone calls. Sixth, compatibility with integrated service digital network and other telephone company services. Seventh, support for new services. Eighth, security functions include access control, authentication via chip card, and PIN. Here I conclude this chapter. Hope you understand all the concepts clearly. Meet you in the next chapter.
If you have any queries, please get in touch with us by typing your comment in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe to our videos. So what are you waiting for? Join us for the course and do subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Also, if you like our videos, don't forget to hit the like button and share our videos.